What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this one we have what the Dutch are known for. How Dutch is your life? Before we dive into this video, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and let's dive right in.
Hey guys, we're Alexandra and Rachel from Who is Amsterdam Tours. And in this video we show you how Dutch your life is. In other words, how Dutch inventions and ideas have influenced your lives. From entertainment to technology, food and drinks, and also sports. Trust us, your minds will be blown by how much Dutch you touch every single day. When we moved to Amsterdam 13 and 8 years ago, we discovered that this tiny nation has shaped the world in massive ways. So we started to share it with our guests from Who is Amsterdam Tours. And they love to learn about this. Well, I think it's time for us to get started and help you discover how Dutch is your life. Is your life
How Dutch is your life? I like these two. They got a lot of energy. I feed off energy. So this should be exciting. How Dutch is my life. I don't know. When I think of my life, I don't think of Dutch in any way, if I'm being honest. So I think this would be a cool video to teach me how Dutch is my life. All the things that the Dutch have done that I use like maybe on a daily basis or that I personally can relate to. This should be interesting.
Oh, Dutch is your life. You really need to know.
I love that.
Dutch invention number 1, Wi-Fi.
What?
It's the very first question we all ask whenever we go into a cafe.
Why did I think Australia invented Wi-Fi? Australia didn't invent Wi-Fi. It was the Dutch. Because Australia told me they invented Wi-Fi. So which one of y'all is? But then I'd be like, Australia invented Wi-Fi, but they got the worst Wi-Fi. So how could the inventors of Wi-Fi have the worst Wi-Fi? I don't know. Australia be telling me they invented Wi-Fi. Okay, Dutch.
It's the very first question we all ask whenever we go into a cafe. What's the Wi-Fi password?
Yeah.
If you remember this,
when you go anywhere.
Let's thank the Dutch for the convenience of wireless internet. But how did it actually all come about?
In 1988, a bunch of Dutch computer scientists were working overtime at McDonald's, and they had an idea. Now that we have mobile phones, wouldn't it be nice to also have wireless internet too? Call it the power of a Big Mac? Two of them, Vic Hayes and Case Links, took this question and turned it into reality. 2 years later, they developed a prototype called Wavelan, but it took them a really long time before the Wi-Fi became successful.
So Case had for 8 years a jacket with an extra large pocket to fit his laptop in order to demonstrate his
You had a jacket with an extra large pocket to fit his laptop. She just whipped that laptop. She whipped the laptop out of her jacket like it was nuts. That's crazy.
To fit his laptop in order to demonstrate his invention everywhere he went.
Their breakthrough finally came in 1998 when Case had a meeting with none other than Apple genius Steve Jobs and sold him the idea of wireless internet. The rest is history.
So here's a fun fact. It was actually Case's wife, Angela, who came up with the name Wi-Fi after its original name, Wireless Fidelity. It rhymes with hi-fi, hi-fi, Wi-Fi, hi-fi, Wi-Fi. In the Netherlands, you don't say Wi-Fi. We say
Wi-Fi.
Number 2, Bluetooth.
What?
The Dutchies are a bunch of very practical people. They like to think out of the box, like Mr. Jaap Hartsen. He thought it would be really amazing if we could connect one device to another one wirelessly and we could transfer data. And ta-da! Bluetooth was born.
That's crazy.
But have you ever wondered why it's got such a strange name?
Well, it was named after Harald Bluetooth, a Viking king of Denmark between the years 958 and 970. King Harald was famous for uniting parts of Denmark and Norway into one nation and converting the Danes to Christianity. So what does an ancient Viking king have to do with wireless communication? Well, he brought things together. But that's not all. Our boy King Harold was also famous for his dead tooth, which had a dark blue / grayish tone. So his nickname was, yep, Bluetooth. The more you know. Number 3.
That's crazy because, I mean, you think of Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, both two inventions that I use every single day of my life. You got to think there's almost not a moment inside of a day where I'm not using either Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or both of them. So that, I mean, God dang, you think about it, like the Dutch have really played a huge role in my life. Those two inventions alone. Again, Australia might beg to differ with y'all on the Wi-Fi. I'm going to stay out of it and let y'all two talk about it. But this is awesome.
4 and 5. Cassette tape, CD, and DVD.
All three?
I promise you 1,000 songs in your pocket. In 2001, when Steve Jobs said those words, he walked the world by inventing the iPod. But Steve Jobs wouldn't be nowhere without the Dutchman with Lou Ottens. He was the one who even put any kind of music in our pocket by inventing the cassette.
Lou was born in 1926
Got
in the
the
Dutch
Walkman out of
province
that.
Groningen. As a boy, he was fascinated by technology when the Netherlands was occupied by Nazi Germany in World War II. He went on to study engineering and joined Dutch gadget giant Philips, where he and his team developed the world's first portable tape recorder, the cassette tape, and in 1982, the very first CD in the world.
Dang.
Really nice memories about buying your first CD. What was yours?
Mine was... Yo, I tell you what...
Mine was
Living la vida loca.
Live la vida loca.
I can't remember my first CD box. I remember we used to burn a lot of CDs. Yeah, I know it was against the law, but I was a kid. I didn't care about no laws. I cared about music.
And now back to Lou, because he didn't stop with the CD. In 1997, he and his team also invented the DVD and then it followed by the Blu-ray disc.
That's crazy.
Number 6, National Anthem.
I grew up in Singapore. We had to wake up and sing the national anthem every single morning in school. Now I think it's so fun
That's
that
cool.
it's become an event. Whitney Houston singing at the Super Bowl, my favorite. Lady Gaga at the inauguration. It is something that we all look forward to.
It is. Okay. It is. And we didn't say the national anthem every day at school, but we did have to stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance every day.
This is not what the Dutch are famous for, like what you're seeing on the screen right now. But the world's first registered national anthem was indeed written by a Dutchman. Philips of Marnix wrote it during the 80 Years' War of Independence between the Netherlands and Spain between 1568 and 1648. The song is about Prince of Orange, also called William the Silent, who was seen as the founding father of modern-day Netherlands.
It's called Het Wilhelmus. This is the beginning of it.
Number 7, reality TV hits.
No way. No
If you're a
way.
TV junkie, you might recognize these shows.
Yeah.
The brains behind it all, Dutch media mogul John de Mol Jr.,
Are you
whose
serious?
first global hit was Big Brother in 1999. Every Monday, John and his team brainstorm over pizza and wine and curate the cultural landscape to bring binge-worthy hit shows from Holland to Hollywood.
The Dutch. Oh, y'all playing the bigger role in my life than I feel like America is, and I live here. But geez, all the things y'all invented, I love. I'm a reality TV junkie. There's so y'all, bro. I don't know where we'd be without y'all. I don't know where the world would be without the Dutch. Jeez.
Number
this is
8,
incredible.
Speed Camera.
I'm angry.
I'm not a fan of
seriously
speed
angry
cameras.
at my fellow Dutchman, Maus
Yeah.
Gastronides. Maus invented something which I bet also you are not always very happy about.
Not a fan of a speed camera.
The speed camera, guys. Why? This is my newest ticket. 52 euro I need to pay because on the 29th of March I was allowed to go 50 per hour and I went 56.
Come
Really?
on, House.
56, 6 more, and 52 euro. And I don't
Crazy.
get that. He was actually a speed car driver, and he got
Of course he
got a lot
was.
of tickets himself, and so he invented it. Oh,
He wanted to measure his own speed.
yeah.
Probably.
Number 9. The eye test chart.
Ooh.
So, if you're wearing glasses, you might want to take a moment
Contacts.
and thank our fellow Dutchman, Herman Snellen.
Herman Snellen invented the original eye test in 1862. Today, an updated version of the Snellen chart is still used to diagnose vision problems, making the world a happier and clearer place. But that's not all. A Dutch father and son.
Gotta give him a shout out because I wear contacts. And so thank you to my boy for allowing me to be able to see that eye chart test. I mean, help him, whoever invented glasses and contacts, and help me be able to see today.
Team named Hans and Zacharias Janssen invented the first microscope in the late 16th century.
Imagine where we would be without the microscope. How many diseases we could not heal. How
Yeah.
many things we could not study. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for inventing
Facts.
the microscope.
So that we
Facts.
can actually study COVID right now.
And there's more. In 1608, Dutch
God
optician
dang.
Hans Lippershey was the first person to apply for a patent for a telescope. Unfortunately, he got his telescopic thunder stolen by Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei, who made a telescope that magnified things 17 times bigger. Sorry, Hans,
God
but remember,
dang.
the very first one who invented the telescope was Dutch. Number 12, the Firehose.
Really?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Firehose. In the 15th century, Amsterdam experienced 2 great fires. Back then, it was a major problem because all the houses were made of wood, which meant
Oh.
that major parts of the city burned down. And Amsterdam was not the only city who had really problems with that. In 1672, father and son, Jan and Nicholas van der Heyden, invented the Firehose!
Weren't people using buckets of water to put out the big fires?
Yeah, lots of work. Don't want to do that. I mean, it's a good workout, but not in situations like that.
Yeah.
Number 13, the godfather of gin.
I feel like at this point, I just don't know what the Dutch didn't invent. I'm watching them talk about all these inventions. What didn't the Dutch invent? God dang it, like... I just don't know where the world would be without these Dutch inventions. We'd be a lot further back in progression. This is crazy. Shout out
If
to
gin
Dutch.
is your
Y'all are
jam,
fire.
you might be surprised that the origin of gin comes from the Dutch Jenever. Jenever means juniper. It's a liquor distilled from malt wine and flavored with botanicals like juniper to give it that aromatic oomph. In 1689, William III of Orange became King of England, and he brought his love for Dutch Jenever to England and made it popular. Later on, the English developed gin from Jenever.
Nobody
That's
really
pretty
knows
dope.
who invented it. All we know is it was actually medicine. And you're gonna get a good night's sleep as well.
So remember, guys, Jenever is the grandfather of gin.
14.
Jenever.
The Elstar apple.
An apple a day
Keeps the doctor away.
keeps the doctor away. Oh, I remember
Come
my
on,
mom.
man.
And then Moskasha, she used to have an apple with her all the time. She would have it in her handbag, everything. Her snack every day was an apple. And it just blew my mind after I came to Holland that her favorite apple actually is Dutch. And this is it, guys. This is the
What is it?
Elstar apple.
Elstar
you can
apple.
get it all over the Netherlands, all over Europe. It's super popular. Very sweet, but it's also a little bit of sour. Perfect for apple pie. If you ever come to Amsterdam, you have to try apple pie. It's very often made of Elstar apples, and it's simply delicious, guys. And for me, it's so much more because again, it's the favorite apple of my mom.
Dang, that's so
Number
freaking dope.
15.
Tiki-taka.
Tiki-taka.
If you're a soccer fan like me, you have to know of this style of playing soccer.
Ooh.
It's called Tiki-taka. And Tiki-taka is
Yeah,
known
tiki-taka.
as a style of playing soccer which is defined by having a lot of ball possession, a lot of movement from the players, and a lot of
Messi.
short passes. A lot of people think that
Oh, the freaking FC Barcelona masters of it. Messi and got to watch highlights of Messi, the greatest football player of all time. and the style of their play. The team, FC Barcelona team, not just Messi, was just absolutely awesome to watch. Pure entertainment.
It's Spanish because it was perfected by the team FC Barcelona. But who was the coach back then?
Let me guess. Was he Dutch?
Yeah. His name was Johan Cruyff. Not only just any kind of Dutch soccer player. It was the legend, the most famous.
Ooh.
And just look at the style which he invented. Tiki-taka. Is this not mind-blowing? It's just brilliant.
It's incredible.
In 1947, Johan Cruyff was born 5 minutes away from the Ajax Stadium, where he would eventually become a legend. Inspired by his football-loving father, Johan started playing for the Ajax youth club at just 10 years old. When his father died 2 years later, he decided to become a professional player to pay tribute to his dad.
Dang.
And boy, did he sweep the world away. In 1971, Johan was named the Dutch and European Footballer of the Year. He became the coach of the Ajax team, leading them to multiple victories. In 1973, FC Barcelona called. From there, he invented the iconic Tiki-taka.
And more than that, he was also an Amsterdammer, which means a lot for our city and especially also fans from Ajax Amsterdam. This is also the reason why we named our biggest stadium of Ajax Amsterdam after Johan Cruyff. So it's called the Johan Cruyff Arena. If you ever here, visit it, you can really feel the legend. If you're a soccer fan, it's definitely highly recommended to do that.
That's so cool.
And finally, we have same-sex marriage.
Y'all invented it?
Invention.
Y'all
we want to share
first
with you
legalized
something
it?
Invention, but something the Netherlands were first. It is a topic which is very close to our hearts because we want to share with you that we are actually a couple.
I love that.
We've been together happily for 3.5 years. This right that we can just be a couple here is very, very special. And the Netherlands did something on the 1st of April
In 2001.
And that was no joke. After the stroke of midnight, the Netherlands became the first country in the world to legalize gay marriage when the mayor of Amsterdam, Joop Cohen, officiated the weddings of 4 gay couples at the city hall. He told the couples, there are 2 reasons to celebrate. You are celebrating your marriage to each other, and you are also celebrating your right to be married. After the ceremony, pink cakes and pink champagne was served to the happy guests of the world's first pink communion.
Yay! Yay! What a special day.
Shout out to the Dutch, man, being ahead of the curve on that one. That's beautiful. At the end of the day, people should be able to love who they want to love. And shout out to the Dutch for legalizing that and allowing people to do that and allowing everybody else to follow suit in legalizing same-sex marriage. That's incredible.
That was. From that moment on, guys, 29 countries also legalized the gay marriage. And to be honest, that's great, but it's not enough. We believe that it doesn't matter where you're from, what your skin color is, what your gender is, what your religion is, what your sexual orientation is. We all have the same rights. And we too are very blessed to live in the city, which is living and breathing it. It doesn't mean that we don't have any problems here anymore. But Amsterdam, again, was the first city and the Netherlands, the first country in the world to legalize the gay marriage.
That's it, guys, for this list of Dutch inventions and ideas that changed the world.
We are now, of course, super curious how Dutch your life is. What surprised you the most? So leave us some comments below.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our Who is Amsterdam Tours channel for more Dutch stuff and Amsterdam stories.
We're Alexandra and Rachel from Who is Amsterdam Tours, and we're looking forward to see you in our next video.
Bye!
Bye!
That was such an awesome video, and in watching that video I learned that my life is very Dutch. It's full of so much Dutch inventions. Growing up, my entire life has been full of so much Dutch inventions, so I got to pay my respects and give thanks to the Dutch. You guys are absolutely incredible. I don't know where the world would be without you. Thank you. That's all I got to say. If you enjoyed that video and realized your life is a lot more Dutch than you thought, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the next one. I'll see you guys next time.